How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Jujutsu Shelf. I'm Zach, of course. Welcome to the sickest video ever. And that's because I'm actually sick, dealing with the bloody flu right now, which is fun. But I got tired of eating nothing but soup and drinking nothing but ginger ale, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to get out of bed, I'm going to get to my computer, and I'm going to film just one more video before the end of the year/decade. And it's, of course, going to be the simplest video I possibly could. It is a manga haul video, so let's get into it. So with yet another holiday season come and gone, I am reflecting on the manga that I collected in the month of December in the year of 2019, and realizing that I actually, out of all of them, only bought myself 2 of them. A lot of the manga in this haul were actually gifts from friends and family, and I will of course thank them as I go. The first I will show is Cats of the Louvre by Taiyo Matsumoto. This is, of course, by the creator of Ping Pong, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I think I've talked about it a little bit. Tech on Concrete, Sunny. This was a gift from Callum from On the Shelf, also known as my podcast co-host of Between the Shelves, links in the description below, etc., etc. This was a surprise. I had no idea I was getting this. Callum somehow got my address. And I woke up with a big box containing this and some chocolate. So thank you, Callum. Can't wait to get into this. And yeah, if you guys are into podcasts, stay tuned for episode 3. Tentatively, no idea when that's coming out. Next up is Volume 5 of 20th Century Boys by Naoki Urasawa. This was, of course, a gift from Alonzi. Wasn't expecting this either. This just showed up one day with a lovely note. And thank you, man, because I was definitely meaning to collect this, and I didn't know if I was ever going to. So now I have this. I've already plowed through it. Absolutely love it. Got to get number 6 now, which not even sure if it's out, but hint, hint, my birthday's coming up. It's actually not till April, but you got tons of time. Next up is Volume 2 of Pluto by Naoki Urasawa and Osamu Tezuka. This is a gift from Highland Manga, who I think only bought it for me because the fact I only had volumes 1 and 4 were bugging the crap out of her. And I think she was just tired of looking at my shelf. It's nothing to do with our friendship or anything. But honestly, thank you. I think it annoyed the both of us, I think, to some degree that I only had volume 1 and 4. And the reason for that is because I won one of Lohali's giveaways, and included in that was volume 1 of Pluto. So I preemptively purchased volume 2, only for the used bookstore to send me volume 4 and tell me to just kind of suck it up. And I just never got around to collecting the rest of it. But now that she's got me volume 2, she's going to have to get me volume 3. So you kind of dug yourself a grave there, didn't you, Hannah? Next up is a gift from my better half, and that is Yoshihiro Tatsumi's A Drifting Life. This is a epic memoir from a manga master. I'm actually just reading the back blurb. I don't know what this is about. I know it's a Gekiga manga, and it's always been on my... It's kind of always been on my radar. Every time we go to the bookstore, it's just sitting there. And I always thumb through it, and I'm like, I'll buy it next time. And I think she just picked up on the fact that I really wanted it, and she bought it for me for Christmas. So I don't know when I'm ever going to read it. It's about 1 million pages long, but we'll get there one day. We'll get there. Next up is a gift from my mom and dad. They sent me some money for Christmas and told me to buy myself something nice, and I did exactly that. I know my dad sometimes watches my videos, and if you are watching, Dad, hey, Dad. So I used their generous gift to finish my collection of Taiyo Matsumoto's Sunny. This, of course, culminating all 6 volumes. I already had volume 1, and literally I think it went out of print the next day or something because I could never find the other volumes. Got these off a used bookstore. This is a really somber and very sweet series about a orphanage and orphans and how they learn to navigate life and everything. And it's just honestly one of the most heartfelt stories that I've read in quite some time. Before I get into my purchases, I think my fiance would be a little miffed if I didn't show off the manga she got. For some reason, she can't be here. She doesn't want to be on film. But she got from some handsome, mysterious benefactor. Wonder who that could be. Volumes 2 and 3 of Magical Girl Sight. Now, I don't really know what this is about, but knowing her and her tastes, I'm going to go on a limb and assume that this is edgy Magical Girl bullshit. Before we get into the remainder of the haul, I'd love to give a big shout out to Tesco's low-calorie ginger ale, the only beverage I've been able to keep down since Thursday. Fiery and sweet, just like the label says. So next up we have Volume 8 of Fire Punch by Tatsuki Fujimoto, who you also might know for Chainsaw Man, running in Weekly Shonen Jump right now. This is a really weird series. I had never actually gotten to the point where I'm at now. I'm about halfway through the final volume, and I genuinely don't know what to think. The first, 3 or 4 volumes are semi-coherent. Like, there's at least a structure you can follow along. It's edgy, but it's still pretty cool. And then it gets to the point where you're introduced to the main antagonist, and the main antagonist is like, this is why I'm doing all the bad stuff I'm doing, and you're just like, huh? I don't know what else to say about it. It's a good manga, don't get me wrong. It's just very, very weird. And I can't recommend it highly enough, so definitely check that out if you can. Next up is Volume 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen by Gege Akutami. Now, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this. I've already done a review of it. I haven't shut up on Twitter about it for the last 3 weeks. If you want to know what that's all about, check out the link in the description below or up there, whichever direction it is in. This is probably my favorite thing. You know what? This is straight up my favorite manga in Shonen Jump right now. Maybe aside from Black Clover. Definitely more than Chainsaw Man. This is just a complete and utter awesome series. The anime that it is getting next year is going to be hands down the big thing of 2020. And I cannot wait for everybody to realize how great this series is, because honestly, it is. Just trust me. So I'll end this manga haul off with a little story, true story, actually. Have you people out there in YouTube land ever had the mailman knock the door and then literally just leave right after? Because I did. I was supposed to have a package come today that was it would have contained the next 3 books in this manga haul. That's volume 1 and 2 of Noragami, which I'll just show the pictures of the cover, because I don't have them, and the adaptation of Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human by Junji Ito, which I would have also had to show you guys, but here is a JPEG of the cover. So I was in the bathroom for literally 30 seconds. I just sat down to do my business, if it were, and I hear the door knock. So I pull up my pants, I fly down the stairs, and it's important to note that between the door knocking and me running down the stairs was literally no longer than 15 seconds. But to my surprise, or lack thereof, I guess, there was no package sitting at the door. There was no mailman waiting to hand me anything. Just a little notice on the door that said, "Hey, sorry we missed you. Come get your package on Thursday." So, not too happy about that. I really was looking forward to reading No Longer Human before I went back to work. But I guess that's not happening, so thanks, Royal Mail. So, there you have it, folks. My December 2019 manga haul summed up in however many minutes long this video is. Probably 6 or 7. It's a good estimate, I think. Let me know what you guys got for the holidays. Hit me up in the comments below on Twitter at UchuShelf or on Instagram, also at UchuShelf. I don't really use it, but it is my understanding that it is popular among the young people. So send me an Insta shot, an instant gram, if you will, and we'll connect there about manga. Yeah. And as always, don't forget to support legal manga. Go to www.wherecanIreadmanga.com to get the lowdown on where you can read manga for free through a subscription or per volume in a way that benefits the creators and everyone involved in the industry. And if you're into podcasts, don't forget to check out mine and Callum from On the Shelves podcast, Between the Shelves, a podcast about anime, manga, and everything in between. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, and anywhere else that you guys can find podcasts, because I actually don't remember where I've uploaded this bloody podcast to. You can also follow us on Twitter at Manga Podcast. All the links for that are in the description below. And until next year, folks, happy reading.